ser cantador do baú da cana do pé de mandacaru, viajante de todos os.
Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Miami-based celebrated Brazilian percussionist and multi-instrumentalist Gilmar Gomes. We dove into his new and debut 2025 CD 1111 and a life of music that has taken him all over the globe. He considers 11 a deeply meaningful number, and it was released on 11/11/25. It's an album full of solid percussion with global pop sophistication, a Brazilian sting and spirit, while expanding the palette of modern world music. He has been a member of Enrique Iglesias' touring and recording band since 2001, taking a crucial role in the pop star's live performances. Over the years, he has also toured and recorded extensively with wide-ranging artists and bands and the likes of Harry Belafonte, Shakira, Rihanna, Esperanza Spalding, and so many others. He brings Brazilian samba, salsa, Afro-Cuban influences, roots sounds, and world music with eclectic vibes and cross-cultural collaborations into all of his music. It's quite a story. Enjoy this interview. It's great to meet you, man. Thank you for taking a minute out today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for invite me for this beautiful interview.
Yeah, you bet, man. So I'm looking forward to getting into the new album 1111. But before we do that, I want to know, 5 years ago, this pandemic was rocking the world and especially musicians. How did you make it through that era, and how has it influenced the way that you create today?
Through my musician life, which is pretty much what I have been doing my entire life. I have never felt that experience so as everybody, But to me, because I have been traveling since I was 12 years old, and it was the first time that I was home with my family, and I didn't need to go anywhere, and I was just home. So that shaped me in a way that, because usually most of the songs that I create, I was doing in the road, and being in my own environment, home, just able to just being by myself and create those music was, I would say, it made a very huge impact on me, on the way that I play today. Just those 5 years, and but mostly on the creation process.
Yeah. So let's talk about the new album 1111. Give me an idea of kind of what your vision was and just how it feels, how this album feels.
So 1111, it's a compilation of my journey as a musician. I wanted to do this first album, kind of like telling my story through these like 30 years of performing, and and I think I capture most of the what I wanted to show. So it's basically songs from 25 years, and then the youngest song in the album I composed a year ago, which was the last one that we finished. So it's pretty much a story of my life and how I felt, not only in words but also through music. So it's a Brazilian album, but it's very mixed with everything I have experienced in my life. So there is a lot of African influence, Middle Eastern, a lot of my American friends played, and people from South America. So it's an idea of my way of going everywhere playing playing music. Yeah, it's pretty much that. I don't know if there is a better way to explain.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. So ultimately, what are you hoping the listener gets from this album?
My hopes were, well, the way I believe music nowadays. I think my my hopes is, if I get to 1 or 2 person, if they, or 100 or 1,000 or whatever, if I can change someone's day, if they listen to my album, if that music makes them feel good. That was my goal. That's still my goal. Because I'm very honest to what I do towards my music, and I believe that this is the how I want to get connected, and what I want to receive back is just the feeling that I I was honest and that I came here to play music, and I made someone feel whatever. I gave them some feelings. And the rest I'm just gonna wait for the universe and and God to like, here's what you're getting, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So let's go back to your beginnings. How did percussion, how did music, how did this become your career?
So I started to play when I was 8 years old, and back in Bahia, and I was always super connected to music, but I didn't know at that time. I didn't know that I could live off music. That music could be my life, like. And by the time I was 12 years old, I was walking on in Bahia, in where I used to live, and I saw this samba band, and there was a bunch of kids playing percussion. And on that day, and I still remember, I said, "This is what I wanted to do," and I was like 11, 12 years old, and it was very hard to get into the band, but I did, and I never stopped. I started to play the easiest instrument in the band, and then I moved to switch to another one and another one, and when I was like 13 years old, I did my first gig and I got paid. So right there, I knew I can live off this thing that I believe that it's me and that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And so that's how that's how I started, and was from that power of believing, you know, and it's been my life since forever.
Do you remember the first big concert you saw that blew you away, that made you think you wanted to be up on that stage doing that?
Yes, yes. It was during Carnival in Bahia, and my father took me and my brother, and we saw like a bunch of bands, and I was just fascinated, and I was playing at the time already, and I promised myself that I was gonna work hard to make it, and yeah, it was during Carnival in Bahia. I don't know if you're familiar with, but
Yeah, I've heard about it for sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. It's hundreds of bands playing for 7 days. The city is like they only play music and and enjoy their life. So it's a huge thing in Brazil, especially in Bahia.
You
Yeah.
know, I saw a special oh, who was the illusion? David Blaine went around the world and
Hmm.
did his magic in certain areas. And the first place he went to was Brazil.
Uh
And he was
huh.
really highlighting the magic of the people and just the whole way that that world works, which is so different from America in so many places. And it feels like when I talk to people from Cuba, how much the music is a part of your life all the time. Like it's almost as though you don't even think about it because it's been around for so long.
Yes, yes, that's correct. It's I believe that feeling it comes from Africa. Uh, I have been to a few places in Africa, and that was the first time I realized, wow, the Africa they showed, it's not really the one that I'm experiencing now. And people were just like super happy and playing music the whole day, and that's the way I see my city in Brazil, and most of the Brazil, like regions, uh, people, it's so natural to people. They don't, and I don't think they realize that how blessed they are from being happy with just the connection from them and to music. And yeah, it's I totally agree, and it's a beautiful place
S-
because of that happiness, and it's, yeah.
Yeah. So you've gone on to be on big stages with Enrique Iglesias, Esperanza Spalding, Harry Belafonte, a lot of really big time people. And I'm curious, being on stage with that level of talent, what have you learned from them that you've tried to teach younger players that you get around?
There are few things that uh, and there are all these artists that I had the pleasure to play with. They kind of teach me something, but they are all different. For example, like Enrique, uh, and those pop artists that I performed during my life in the States, and also in Brazil. It has nothing to do, for example, for what I do when I play with Richard Bona or Michel Indegucello. Like, it's with Enrique, it's all like, it's about power, and it's super loud, and people are like, there are way more people watching them. It's a massive sound, and you have to kind of like enjoy that that freedom that stage gave you, which, like, just 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 explode with people. So with Richard, there are moments on his shows, uh, and also Michelle, that you have to play super quiet and people are not talking, they're watching you. you know so it's it's like it's you getting between what the artist is asking you to play, and number one, respecting music. It's I think it's the biggest lesson I got from these people in
So,
my, yeah, in
oh
my
no,
playing.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah.
And that's okay.
So I'm curious, playing on so many stages around the world, big stages, hallowed stages. What was the first stage that you got on where you couldn't believe you were up there? You had this dream of being a musician. It
Hmm.
comes to fruition and you're on this stage playing this music you love. Did you have a moment like that?
Yeah, yeah, I do. A few moments, actually. uh the first time I played at the Madison Square Garden was one of these moments, and it was also because, uh playing with Enrique, I sing a lot of songs. Like, I do raps to all the songs that he has guests. He does not have the guests on his screen, so I have to be the one doing that. So my first time singing was, at the Madison Square Garden, and I could not believe. I was like, okay, this is the first time I'm in the gardens, and I have to sing here. So that blew my mind a little bit. And also when I played with, Daniela Mercury, which is one of the biggest artists in Brazil, and I was very young. I was 16, I think. That also was a very powerful moment to me, because I couldn't imagine that I was playing for her and for the amount of people that she was performing for. Yeah.
So, what do you like the best about being a professional musician? What gets you up every day and pushes you to evolve and to love this music?
It's to give feelings to people. I think that's my, how do I say this? That's what I like the most, to see. people getting happy or even mad, because of the music that they're listening to. I think I think music is feelings, and everybody feels different. So to see that and experience that you are the one giving that tool for them to feel something, and that's, to me, it's the magic of music, and it's what I love the most.
You know, the one thing about living in America in 2025 is that unfortunately there's been so much negative rhetoric about immigration and all of the things that are going on with that, but it's the lifeblood of America. America is a tapestry of everyone that's come here from around the world. My ancestors came here to Ellis
Mhm.
Island from Italy. It's a part of what we do. And when I think about the fear and all these things that are going on, I find that music is the escape. Are you thinking as a musician about giving not only those that are watching you, but those that you're playing with on stage a level of escapism or joy through music?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. It's that's the one free tool. We all have it, and I do feel that. And me as an immigrant, I know I know that feeling still. It's still to this day. But I'm hoping that things will be better for everybody, and I'm praying for for us to be able to somehow just live as one huge family, and yeah, I think music is the ultimate tool that we can provide that. And yeah, that's my wish.
So, speaking of wishes, if you could get into a time machine and go back in time and see one concert at any point in the history of music, where would you love to go? Who would you love to have seen live?
Paul Simon.
Yeah.
uh yeah, in Central Park.
Wow.
Yeah, because his music pretty much gave my father, which before seeing me playing live, he was kind of like against, because we used to live in a very dangerous neighborhood. And but that song, the Obvious Child, I don't know if you know that
Yeah,
song.
yeah. I love Paul.
Yeah, so he came to Bahia and did one video clip with Olodum. So, and there is a little introduction of the song. No, it's in between of the song, which is like with heavy percussion, and I learned that song, and I showed that song to my father. And from that day on, he was not only myself, but my brother too, which is also a musician. Uh, he was the biggest support in our life, and and then later I figured that he did a show in Central Park, which you can see on YouTube. But I wish I was at that concert.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah,
What a great answer. I would love to have seen that too. I mean, there was several musicians around that time that did
yeah,
mass
yeah.
scale shows, and that would just be amazing. So let me ask you this. Everyone out there has a perception or an idea of who they think you are. Your family, your friends, all your
Mhm.
fans, everyone on the bandstand, but you are the one that's running your life. What is your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
Uh, wow. I'm I There are times that I feel pretty normal, which is like most of, I would say 90%. But then the other 10%, I mean, my 90% is that I'm a normal, regular, that I'm like everybody, because we are the same. And but then there is always uh people and friends and people who does not know me, and and they put in my head that I have to believe that I'm a light on their life. So not only as a musician but as a person, and that to me it's the biggest compliment. So sometimes I I make myself believe, not all the time, that I'm special. I'm like, I am special. I have to think that I'm special because I want to share this light and happiness more than what I think I could, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I love
but
it, man. Great. Yeah, no, it's a great answer.
overall, yeah, overall, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. So, hey, if anyone wants to pick up a copy of 1111, catch you live, any of your previous work, any of the good business, where do they go?
uh like, can you repeat that? I don't know
Oh,
if.
just if anybody wants to get a copy of the new album or see you play live or anything
Uh-huh.
else that might be going on news-wise in your world, where can they go?
Yes, okay. They can go on my social media, which is Gomez. Gilmar is Gilmar Gomes. So you can find me on Instagram and all that. But the album it's out. It's in all the platforms. So just go there and just Google it.
Right on.
It's 1111 Gilmar Gomes.
And
Yeah.
I will put links in the show notes to get everybody at the right place. Man,
Yes, yes.
this has been wonderful. So great to meet you, man. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your music. Thank you for your story. Have a wonderful holiday
Thank you.
season. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that too. Thank you.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players and minds in Brazil, Miami, Kansas City, and spots all over the globe, giving fans all that jazz. If you want to hear more Neon Jazz interviews, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us at YouTube, and for everything Neon Jazz, go to theneonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.